Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, and or simply information. So I'd like to talk once again about the dangers of dealing with somebody that's a classic narcissist who's evil in their ways. We've talked quite a bit about this, but a lot of times what you have to do, again, is disengage from these toxic people. And anybody that's been in my wheelhouse or surrounding me knows that they can be pretty evil. They do anything to destroy your life and, of course, hide in, luring around 24/7, 365. And they do this because they think they can. Well, they collaborate with a lot of different people. And depending upon who they are and what they're about and what they want from you and or others, their main thing is to seek out to destroy you and anything you have, and of course anything you wish to have, and harm you in ways that are unjust. So they collaborate with a lot of people, of course, and even if you've got an order of protection in place, they still do things behind the scenes, hire lots of people, or collaborate with other people. For instance, if you live somewhere, have a business of your own, and of course work somewhere, they know people on the insides, or make sure they do. They're great master manipulators. They're word salad, is that what they call it? I say the bullshit they talk to people about to smear campaigns and everything else in between. They've stolen everything from you, and of course, they believe that they are entitled to everything else. So, for instance, when you move and you've secured your life, rebalanced, rebooted your life again, they do everything to undermine you. So, wherever you live, and it is really kind of crazy what they come up with, but they're invested in ways to harm you. So wherever you move, wherever you work, wherever you live, wherever you go, they're always right there in the shadows, lurking around. I say slithering because they're the sewer maidens, right? So maybe even persuaded the justice system and everybody else to do things that are unjust. So where I live, conveniently, the maintenance people, and where I used to live, maybe it's the real estate people, or maybe it's delivery people. And then prior to that, where I lived, there's a maintenance guy who likes to take cash from people just like him to do weird shit in your home. Put things in your vents, water, and or maybe it's cameras, devices, right? These are obvious to figure out, especially when your phone turns on when you have it turned down at night, or the camera actually took a picture of something that's in your home and you know you didn't do it because you were sleeping. Little Freudian slips here and there come along, and then maybe they've left you messages, emails, or text. So collaborating with other people, let's say where I live now. Now, interesting enough, sometimes teenagers do these things, leave the garage open just enough where somebody could slide under. So I could take the elevator up, just like hotels, right? Slide up to your place, stick things in your door, or maybe filter in things for your air quality. So at any given day here, where I live currently, because I moved away from the narc, who's batshit crazy and evil and dangerous, I can take a paper towel, which is white, wipe down any counter, any appliance, and it's black. And or the floor. Now, it's not a barn, mind you. It's supposed to be a secured place. But they do a lot of different things. They sit outside and prey upon you. Why do you know this? Because when you leave, doesn't matter what time you leave, there's lots of cars around you, eavesdropping, yes, monitoring you. So when you look at your modem and who's on your internet, you can tell. These people shouldn't be there because you know who's there that normally lives here. And of course, the people that are the maintenance people here early on when I moved in, well, some part of them, some part of service they were supposed to serve our country, right? Or they did, supposedly. They tell you this. And gas appliances, they have a certain kind of a scent to them, right? Which I don't recommend to anybody if you have sensitivities. Well, they do lots of different crazy things to collaborate. And why would the garage door be open? You bring it to maintenance, attention, and or management, and or owners of the complex or wherever you live. And of course, they all work together and collaborate, even though you told them your security was compromised, and that's why you ended up in this shithole in the first place. So they've done this to the last 3 places you've lived. And of course, where you work, there's cameras that you can put at your desk, right? Because they can lure in there at night. So they swoop in and do dangerous things. So what I recommend, and maybe you can't visibly see them, and we could go into a whole nother story about why you can't see certain people in your life anymore, right? Like visually see them. So they just hire other people to do so. Keep an eye on you, Not like Uncle Sam, in a different way. So there's ways that you can help protect yourself, but they will still do things behind the scenes if they're on the dark side, like mine. So anybody who knows my past person that keeps preying upon me, and past for a reason, they preyed on you from the very beginning because they want you. So get yourself an order of protection for life and set that up in the beginning. And make sure you offer nothing to this person at all because they deserve nothing. And disengage from any part of that life. Get rid of things that you don't need. And they probably have things of yours too, that they do weird shit too. And if you're like my past person that preys upon you and does dark arts and voodoo, hoodoo, and witchcraft, they've tried to unalive me numerous ways and it hasn't worked. So when you wake up in the middle of the night like I am, they're up to batshit crazy stuff again because they're just no good, filthy son of a bitches. Thank you to my dad who's on the other side trying to kick their ass every which way into the sun or sunset. So make sure you protect yourself, and if the law is involved, make sure that they're upholding the law. And if they choose not to, or there's other people watching you, like I see certain people every day, give them the stare down, take pictures of them taking pictures of you, send it off to somebody, and hopefully somebody will do something about it. The justice system in the county I used to live in, because I had to, because this person I was with, they don't care. They're bought and paid for, and they're collaborating against me. So that's not a good feeling, but on the other hand, I'm putting it out there today for everybody to stand tall. Do the right thing in life, because karma does happen, whether you believe in it or not. So make sure you log everything you do, and yes, it's a pain in the ass, but you should. Why? Because it'll hold these people accountable, and they're trying to take your life. And literally, when I say that, I just mean that. So if you have to engage with your person due to children, I would recommend a third-party handoff. Or there are facilities, or you can get it court-ordered, where you have an exchange policy and maybe they need to be drug tested or something like that. Make sure there's no alcohol in the car or firearms. Even if they're court-ordered to do so, they still manage to do these things. So anybody they're involved with, of course, they've heard lots of stories about you. And of course, the smear campaign continues. Well, I don't really give a shit about that because everybody knows a narcissist is just that. They're a narc and they're lazy and they destroy your lives because they can. But eventually, God has a plan for these very special people. So karma does play out, and of course the law. And anybody that's collaborating against you, you can make sure you put an order of protection on them too. They change out cars, and they tell you they do these things. There's lots of things, if you remember what they told you they were doing to everybody else, it's what they're doing to you. Narcissistic people are just that. Liars, cheaters, stealers. And yes, try and unalive you. They've done that to lots of other people, if you know. If you know, you know. Then they take the money and they run. They can get away with it. If they can't, they just hide themselves. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So, I hope this helps today. And remember, take care of you. You can't ever trust a narcissist because they're complete liars about everything. So move yourself away from the community, and if that doesn't work, move again. And if they harm you, your children, your animals, and they have guns, weapons, and or abusing their power, well, that's a problem. Then you need to take it up to a bigger force. And God has a plan for all these people, but we're talking whatever legal system will help you, because I know the one I was in, the county, certainly didn't. It was unjust, and I had proof. So I hope this helps today. Just remember to take care of you, and remember, narcissistic people that are on the dark side with a lot of addictions are dangerous. So take care of you. And so it is. Namaste.